This is Willie, and this is Module 5, Lesson 1 of the How to Rank and Rent Websites course, which I'm also going to share on YouTube because it's a lesson in the power of networking. There's no need for you to take notes. In the course, inside the membership area, there's handouts, and on YouTube, any URL that I mentioned will be posted in the description below the video. Again, this is Module 5, Lesson 1. It's on finding businesses to using outreach strategy to find businesses to rent your websites before you even build them. And that's preferable if you can do it because uh, then you can SEO the site as you build it so that it will rank well in the search engines for the specific business, the location, and all the proper keywords and everything. And the renter will also be more inclined to buy additional products and services from you because you'll start out on a good foot. You'll be building his business right from the start. And the big secret to this whole thing is networking, as I've already indicated. When I look at my business of ranking and renting websites, over 70% of the websites that I have rented have come from referrals. I do some outbound marketing and I do a lot of other things, but again, over 70% of my business comes from referrals. And that's just because um, people are lending me their credibility when they recommend me. So networking and referring is extremely powerful. It is, again, the my number one method of gaining business, especially big ticket business. So the way you do this is you build trust first of all. Referrals naturally uh, flow to you when you've gained know, like, and trust. So you show up consistently and you deliver value in their lives. And then when you ask for referrals, be specific. Don't just say to people in your network, "Can you send me some referrals?" Instead, tell them what you do. Say, for example, I help residential roofers in Florida who want more leads. The more specific you are, the easier it is for others to connect you with members of their tribe. And there's a lot of luck, a lot of leverage and structured networking. For example, I'm in several networks that are structured. One is BNI, which has over 340,000 members global. That's huge. And they are, that's Business Networking International. They are international. I'm also on Alignable, which has not, it's close to 10 million business owners in North America right now. You have to be in the US or Canada to be a member of Alignable, which is it's a social media site that's set up for networking. The whole idea with both platforms is to refer other people, members of your tribe, to people that you know, like, and trust that have gained your trust, basically. But in Alignable, self-promotion is actually frowned upon. The platform allows you to set up a profile where you can list all your products and services, but as you network on the platform and you get to know other people, you don't you aren't supposed to be in your face self-promotional. People are supposed to get to know you, trust you, and feel comfortable recommending members of their tribe to you. So the whole idea again is not to be self-promotional. So you practice the giver's gain principle. The fastest way to get referrals is to earn them, basically. Um, you don't necessarily need to ask for them, you just earn them. And then after you've earned them and you ask for the referral, then you need to follow up professionally. So when someone refers you to one of their tribe members, respond fast because referrals are like gold. If you don't respond fast, the referred partner, the referrer, may even think you're not interested. So respond fast and then track and acknowledge referrals. Keep a simple system of tracking who referred you and thank them. A quick thank you note, maybe a meeting over some coffee or a public shout out strengthens the relationship. I personally do send thank you cards. I have an account with a company called Send Out Cards, and I keep track of my referrals, and I not only send thank you cards, but I also send cards to people on special occasions, holidays and anniversaries, and anytime I read about some accomplishment that they've had in the local newspaper, I congratulate them. So I don't just stay in touch with them when I need a favor. I stay in touch with them as a friend and as a business associate, throughout the year. And this diagram shows the circle of um, referrals, basically. You start out by earning trust, and because people trust you, you can ask them for referrals, and they will give you referrals, but you also give them referrals. And then you follow up with referrals and you thank them for the referrals, and the process repeats itself. So it's you referring business to them referring business to you, and you both showing each other that you appreciate their their trust in you and they're referring business to you. This is a diagram for Alignable. Alignable has 140 I'm sorry, has about 10 million members in North America. You have to be in the US or Canada to be a member of Alignable. They do have plans on going worldwide, but I don't know how soon that will be. And it says here that 25% of the total business owners in the US are members of Alignable. And it shows it's 100% built by entrepreneurs, and 140 million relationships are formed. That's directly from the site. I'm very active in Alignable. Um, I am the local Alignable Alliance, what is it? Alignable Alliance leader. My job as the Alliance leader is to host at least once a month a local networking event. It can be virtual or face to face, and I'm expected to do that at least once a month. Being the Alignable Alliance ambassador puts me in a position of authority. So I gain a lot of business because people trust me, because they look up to me. And you can see from this slide here that in 2023, 2024, and 2025, I was voted local business person of the year for Niceville, Florida. And that carries a lot of weight, both on the platform and offline. When you get elected, voted local business person of the year, you get all kinds of press and things like that. And so other business owners get to know you. And when I host these local events anyway, people within about 100 miles will travel to my events if they're face to face, and if they're virtual, people from all over jump on. But the idea is to network with local business owners. Platform is, again, people from the US and Canada own the platform, but you are encouraged to network with local business owners. That's the whole idea behind Alignable. You're aligning with people that you feel comfortable with, that you feel a special relationship with. BNI is Business Networking International. That's another organization that we have a local chapter of. And the idea there is uh, with BNI, you typically would have only one person in a given niche. So, just one doctor, one lawyer, one home builder, one whatever, and you get to know each other and you refer business to each other. It's structured meetings, and again, one person in each niche, and you refer business to each other. So it works a lot like Alignable in many ways. I also gain business through being members of civic and fraternal organizations. I had a friend, Elsom Eldridge Jr., who wrote a book, I don't know, 20 years ago called How to Be the Obvious Expert. And he taught that you get known by volunteering to speak at business meetings of, the Kiwanis and all the other local civic organizations and business organizations and chambers of commerce. So you get known as the expert in a given field. For example, I, along with two other business owners, hosted a workshop for my local Chamber of Commerce, where we put on a half-day workshop. We gave presentations, and then um, explained to a lot of businesses how we could help them. The other two people were one was just a local business leader, and I was the internet expert, and the other person had a technical expertise. And so we got known to about 80 local business owners just from hosting an event. Uh, it was very powerful. And the Chamber of Commerce sent out emails and letters inviting all the chamber members to the event that we hosted. So they sort of sponsored us. That was extremely, extremely powerful. So I do volunteer to speak at uh, business meetings of local organizations, and I even had the local Chamber of Commerce, two of them actually, um, give me a roster of members as well as emailing them and mailing them. So it's extremely powerful, and a lot of those members are um, different types of civic organizations. I also help with fundraising efforts. I gave a URL here, which I'll post both inside the membership area and in the remarks section on YouTube. But it's a recording, uh, and the recording shows how I helped a local nonprofit to earn six figures in a fundraiser in the blink of an eye. And I basically uh, hosted an event where we used their facility and they promoted it to a large extent. But I was the one doing presentations and teaching. It was a workshop, and we charged people a fee. And at the end of the workshop, we split the money basically. Uh, I wrote a check for six figures to the organization, and because the attendees paid me, uh, well, actually paid me via PayPal, but I then wrote a check to the organization for six figures, and they were very happy. And that URL given for the YouTube video explains exactly how I did that. Extremely powerful. Um, I'm also very active in ITEX, which is the largest barter exchange in North America. We have 25,000 members in the US and Canada. And what I do is I use barter as a foot in the door strategy. I'll buy and sell my goods and services to other ITEX members. We buy and sell goods and services to each other uh, for barter dollars, which I can then use to buy. Um, I can sell my services or goods for barter dollars and then buy things that I need to run my business or my personal life um, using barter credits. But what I'm really doing is I'm getting to know a lot of the other members, and a lot of those members need lead generation and lead generation websites. So it's again a foot in the door technique for me as far as what I do. My business is ranking and renting websites, as well as teaching others how to rank and rent websites. So I have both a course at how to rank and rent websites.com, and I do actually do what I teach. So there's a video on YouTube that talks about the fact that this barter club that I'm in, which is ITEX, is a club that President Trump was also in. So I titled the video pointing out that I leveraged the same thing that President Trump did, and I titled that because whether you like him or hate him, he does arouse emotion, and so that uh, video is actually designed both to inform and to stir up a little emotion because people respond more when they're riled up, whether it's good feelings or bad feelings. I'm a member of several local chambers of commerce because each city, most cities have a chamber of commerce. Sometimes there's several cities close together, and they will share a chamber. But I I'm in the Niceville Chamber of Commerce. I'm in the Navarre Chamber of Commerce, and I'm in the Pensacola Chamber of Commerce. Those are all in northwestern Florida, and so I network with all those chambers have, business meetings, they have social functions, and that's how I get known, and then they know me as the guy who can generate leads for them. I teach rank and rent websites, I rank and rent lead generation websites, so these business owners all need leads, they all want more business. All businesses need more customers, more paying customers, and so, the Chamber of Commerce is a good method for doing that, networking with other chamber members. I, attend events, both in person and virtual over the past, since 2003. I've attended over 100 live events in person. And at many of those events, I spoke, which gives you sort of a, what do you call it? There's podium power. You're there, and you're giving a presentation, and people look up to you because you're the expert at the front of the room. And so, that's extremely powerful, but they also want to get to know you, and a lot of those people, um, after hours, we network in the hallways. We sit around talking about our businesses and how we can help each other, and I personally take, lots of photos, which I then share on social media. I also mentioned send out cards. Send out cards lets you personalize a greeting card over the computer and then mail it. And so I will put a picture of me with the person I'm sending it to on the front of the card and maybe inside the card too, so that if they don't remember who I am, the card reminds them. And because their picture is on the card, they are typically not going to throw the card away. They're going to hang on to it, put it on their desk or their mantle or somewhere. And every time they see it, it's going to remind them of me, which is the whole reason I do that. But it's also because when you attend a lot of live events, people will exchange business cards, uh, that will exchange cell phone numbers and things like that. But then people go back home and they put all the business cards in a drawer and they don't typically follow up for whatever reason, and so you need to be the one to follow up because if they liked you and you said, well, why don't we, do something together later, uh, then you need to be the one to follow up to work that relationship because a lot of these people are potential uh, customers for your lead generation business. They're customers for whatever you do, and you're one of their potential customers too. You know this person, you like them hopefully, and you trust them. So be the one to follow up. I also love cruising. I've been on over a dozen cruises in the past 10 years, the past 12 years. Uh, One I've been on about 10 times is the Marketers Cruise, and on the Marketers Cruise, which goes some desert circuit in the Caribbean. And one of the things we do is in the middle of the night, we have what's called pizza and profit. So we hang out on the Lido deck of the ship. That's at the back of the ship. And we talk and network. We're eating pizza, maybe drinking beer, and talking to other business owners about what they're working on. And in the process of getting to know these other business owners, we set up deals where we cross promote each other's businesses. We work projects together. A lot of times it's just someone will tell you about a launch they're doing or something like that, and you'll say, "Yeah, count me in." And it's a sort of a soft commitment. Then you follow up with them, and when you do, even though it was a soft commitment, they took it sort of seriously, and so you do get a lot out of networking. I do anyway on cruises, and when you're on a ship with people for 5 to 7 days, and you're seeing them over and over again on the ship, you're seeing them on board the ship, and when you get to a port, typically you do excursions in the Caribbean. It's around islands, and you zip line together, and you do all kinds of stuff together. Maybe have a party on the beach. So you really get to know these people, and in the process, you get to like them, trust them, and you follow up with them. You feel comfortable dealing with them. Uh, I'm also a member of the Winner Circle, which is a mastermind group that meets in Tampa, St. Pete, in a nice mansion, and we have monthly meetings. Well, we used to have monthly meetings. We stopped for a while when COVID hit, and we haven't really cranked it back up yet, even though the leader of the group is someone I talk to regularly. But we had these mastermind groups. We did what we call speed dating. We'd sit around in a circle, and it's an outer circle, and people would move around and meet other people in the circle. We found out things about them, made notes, and these were some fairly serious people. I mean, we had many multimillionaires, we had developers, people, all kinds of businesses, everything from manufacturing pharmaceuticals to running private jets. And so you got to know these people, and I developed some fairly deep relationships with them. I found that most of these people were actually above my pay grade. And yet, what I brought to the table was I was a broker, a joint venture broker, a connector. And you had all these multimillionaires that were too busy to actually talk to each other and find out how they could work together. So, it's like one of them would say, "Well, I have my girl call your girl," or something like that, my girl or guy. And my role was to find synergy between the different members of the winner circle. And in the process, when I put together a deal between them, I got to earn a commission. So it was really powerful. And many of those people are now, well, lifelong friends that were, friends, real friends, as well as on social media. And I went on a mastermind cruise with the Winter Circle too, where I was given an award for being the joint venture broker of the year. I mean, there were a lot of connectors in the group, but I was the one who made things happen in the group between each other. I'm in numerous other online networking groups. I mentioned a few here. Strategic Alliances. Most of the time now we're virtual. We meet several times a year, and look for ways to network with each other, to form alliances, to do business with each other. I'm a member of Traffic Syndicate, which is some fairly high level players who are experts at generating website traffic, and we mastermind, we share how we're generating traffic, whether it's paid traffic or free traffic, and uh, we just share what we're doing, what's working for us. I also, in 2006, formed a membership called the Internet Marketing Inner Circle, and it's not that active anymore. There's remnants of it on Facebook, but we formed fairly deep relationships. We even created products together. We rolled out together, and so that was very powerful. I also founded the International Association of Joint Venture Brokers, and as I was going around speaking at seminars and conferences, uh, people would approach me about all kinds of joint ventures, everything from helping them to get better distribution for fertilizer or I don't know, a waste incinerator on a ship or in RVs, or um, helping them to get better distribution worldwide for toys and electronics and all kinds of things. So that was very powerful. And right now, the organization still is in existence, but not extremely active. I also am a member of JB Network, which is a virtual group. We meet online several times a month for different types of networking events where a facilitator hosts it over Zoom, and every person in the group that shows up for a meeting gets to give their elevator speech, um, and we have a database too, and so we tell each other what we do and what we can do for others in the group and what we're looking for, what kind of connections we're looking to make. And I've never attended one of those meetings where I didn't walk away with 20 contacts, 20 new contacts who wanted to follow up with me because I generate leads. I also am a connector, so I could help them with their projects. I also, I don't know, a dozen years ago, helped David Perdue to launch NAMS, which was at that time the niche affiliate marketing system. It later morphed into a novice to advanced marketing system. And then David has retired now, and his daughter Jennifer took over. But I helped to launch that group, and I spoke at, I don't know, 7 or 8 seminars, conferences or workshops that were hosted, and a lot of times when I wasn't on the stage speaking, I was networking in the back of the room or out in the hallway sitting at a table, and people were scheduling time with me to discuss their projects. So again, very powerful. All of this is, networking, is forming relationships, it's looking for people that need leads, because again, I do lead generation, and I'm basically recording this as a lesson for my students. I have I'm relaunching uh, how to rank and rent websites, the course itself, AI edition. So I'm artificial intelligence is here to stay, and I'm teaching how to do lead generation using artificial intelligence tools, but in a way that um, it helps the websites that we build to rank very high in the search engines and to identify people who are ideal prospects who are at that stage in the buying process where they're ready to make a buying decision. And artificial intelligence actually um, it if you it helps you to rank a site for the right terms and the right kind of customers, people who are not just doing research or thinking about something. They're at that stage where they're ready to make a commitment and buy. And so that's what that my latest training is about. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. But the whole idea is to network, network, network. Be the one to follow up, and you'll make some amazing connections, and you'll find people who will send you referrals. And again, 70% of the websites that I've built and rented out are worth from referrals. So it's extremely powerful to me. And there's that saying, your network equals your net worth. So get out there, build some networks, and certainly feel free to reach out to me, asking me about anything that I said in this presentation, especially uh, you can join Alignable and connect with me there. You can connect with me on any of the social media platforms. I'd be more than happy to have you in uh, circle of circle of connections, my network. Thank you. This is Willie, and get out there and start networking.